Okay, hold on. Okay, great. Okay, I'm gonna give it a few minutes. Let me hit the go live. All right. So some of my students are live in the community. I need you guys here with me. Hey, Miss Gamble. Welcome. Let me let the other guy know. Mm-mm. All right, I'm just letting some of the students know that I'm on, you guys. Yeah, this is great. I had to reschedule. Let me share this. At least I can let everybody know. Okay, Facebook. All right. I gotta see how it's showing up on Facebook. Hold up. Be sure you guys to like, hit the follow, hit the share. I just want to see how I'm posted up. Okay, so I am live on Facebook. Great. Let me put my stuff up here. It's so funny seeing yourself on live while you're live. Okay, here you go. There we go. Okay. So okay. Let me put my handles up. Yeah. Okay, you guys, come on in. I'm trying to connect my school to my live. I might have to do this live over again in my school community. So since I'm live already, I'm gonna just talk. To y'all and share whatever I need to share. Hold on. Okay. All right. Good to know. Okay, so one of my students, I'm on now. One more thing, let my other student know because he's gonna be pissed that I started without him. But hey, you guys, hey. So listen, real quick, while I'm letting people know that I'm late, I had to reschedule this for an hour later. Okay, I'm getting messages. I told you guys I had a little bit of an emergency. I had this I had to switch it from 12 to 1. Mhm. I had to switch it from 12 to 1, you guys. Sorry. So sorry about that. So, let me tell my other student I'm on and then I will start. But I'm gonna give y'all just a moment because I know I was late, but it was an emergency, it was out of my hands. What is hmm. What's my student's name? I forgot his damn name. Brandon. Okay, let me let Brandon know I'm on. I am so pissed off. So basically what happened was the kids at my daughter's middle school, they had a protest against ICE, which is fine. I'm all for protest. I'm all for protest on live now. I'm all for protests and everything like that, right? Even with the kids, I understood moving to California that is something that I was going to have to deal with. I was totally in full support of that. However, I'm thinking it's going to be controlled. I'm thinking that There's going to be protection. The kids are going to be protected. And it was kind of like a mock protest turned into something else where 300 kids in my kids' school, they just walked off. And I did not know that you could do that in California. So I'm pissed. Parents are pulling the kids out of school when I get there. And I talked to the principal, and the principal is like, oh, yeah, in California, if the kids want to walk off, we got to let them. And I said, 300 kids, you're going to let 300 kids just walk off? Minors, 300 minors, you're going to let 300 minors. Listen, y'all, listen. California is just different. Clearly, it's just different. And I don't see with all the human trafficking going on, with what's going on with ICE, I don't see how it's okay to let children walk off school into, and then come to find out all throughout the town where I live at, you just see a bunch of kids just hanging out, minors, 12-year-olds, not 8-year-olds, what is middle school, 12, 13, 14, just chilling. And on top of that, you see nothing but police, sheriffs everywhere. So we didn't have an ICE problem, to my knowledge. Where I live at, we don't have an ICE problem. Now we're probably going to have an ICE problem because the school let the kids just walk off. California, y'all are just different. And when I went to go pull my kid, right, they asked no questions. They were like, oh, except who your child is. Oh, who's your child? Yeah, we're going to get her. I could have been anybody. You're just going to hand a child off to somebody who I haven't given my ID. I didn't confirm who I was. None of that. I could have been just anybody kidnapping a kid, and that's it. Yo, I'm cool. California, with all y'all excuses and I'm cool, bro. I'm cool. I can't. And the principal took no accountability. Oh, there's nothing I could do. Oh, there's nothing. So you're saying a kid can just sit here and tell you, hey, I'm leaving, I'm protesting, and you guys have to just sit there and say, okay, all right, bet. I said, give me my child. Give me my motherfucking kid, bro, because this is weird. Anywho, so again, sorry I had to reschedule this live out of courtesy. Thank you for liking. Out of courtesy, what I'm going to do is I will do another live too next week. I didn't do much advertisement like I should have. My fault, but I'll do another one. We're going to stick to the time. Okay. Anyway, please be sure to share, like, subscribe, follow. Be sure to share this for real, because this touches a lot of people. This affects a lot of people. And we're talking, hey, Ms. Gamble, we're now talking about getting these debt waivers. We're talking about suing. And I know us people don't like anything court related, but we're not playing those games. We don't have to go to court for what we're doing here. You can still sue and get checks. You can get your debt waived. You can get all the deletions off the trade line, off your credit report, and that's what you need. Okay. So what I'm doing today is welcome. Thank you for joining. Okay. What we're doing today is I'm reintroducing to you guys my Next Level Credit Academy that you can see here. What this is it's a platform. The link is in the description. It's a free platform so you guys can get free credit education. Okay. So you can get credit education if you want to know about credit, if you're trying to understand credit and you want the facts, then this is the platform. So I'm always on social media. A lot of you guys are familiar. You're watching me on social media right now. But the thing is, I'm trying to centralize everything here so you guys can simply just go to my course. This is what it looks like. Okay. Let me make sure I'm okay. I'm not sure. Okay. This is what it looks like. It's basically like a Facebook page, and you can get your courses and everything you need. You want to know how to do letters. I show you. I give you all the free game that you need from the beginning to the end. I even have a letter vault for you guys. Listen, The new way of disputing, we don't even need all of this. But if you are kind of like baby stepping it and you want to get your feet wet and you're trying to understand credit, go feel free to join Next Level Credit Academy. Now, things are changing. Life is different now. We don't care anymore about whether or not you could get deletions. Anytime you're seeing a credit person talk about, oh, I could get you deletions. Look at Credit Karma. Look at all that I've done for you. I got these deletions. They don't like you. they don't care about you because it's not about deletions, it's about suing. It's about these lawsuits. Okay. I'm showing you here in my Elite Credit Repair Masterclass how to actually sue these people either through arbitration or we could do it federally. I got federal here. I'm going to build on the federal, but you got to master arbitration first. I'm walking you through step by step what arbitration is, what litigation is, what the difference is between the two. Okay. I'm explaining to you this is what we have to do moving forward. If you have a collection charge off, if you have a repo, it's already sold off or closed. Don't pay them people, but you can sue them. You can sue them. I just did a podcast and I explained it to you guys what you can do. Somebody asked me in my school community, how is it that I'm going to sue Navy Federal and I owe them $80,000? Well, it's very simple. Because even though I owe money, your client owes money, I owe money, just because we owe the creditors money, we still are supposed to be protected as consumers. So if you're protected as a consumer, then the businesses and the creditors have to follow certain laws when they're putting your information up on your credit report. And if they don't follow the law correctly, then you can sue them. So that's why the new wave now, when it comes to disputing, it's not about disputing, going back and forth. Most of y'all clients don't have the time to go back and forth. What do you guys say to me all the time? Oh, yeah, how soon can I get the deletions? Well, we get to get the deletions probably within 30 days, but we're going to go through the lawsuit. We're going to go through arbitration. You want a debt waiver, because just because you get deletions on your credit report, please understand that creditor can now sue you, and now you're getting wages garnished. And if you have clients that are trying to buy a house and they're getting wage garnishments, what do you think is going to happen when they try to get pre-approved for a mortgage? They're not going to. So this is what we're talking about now. This is the new wave. If your credit person is not talking about suing them people, getting debt waivers, getting money back under UCC for repos, this is me explaining what UCC Article 9 is. If your credit person is not talking this, they don't like you. They don't know better. They probably don't know better. And if you are a credit person and you need to elevate your business, which I strongly recommend you do, then please be sure to join my Next Level Credit Academy. The link is in the description. Time to level up, people. It's beyond deletions. Get your people. Don't you want your clients to move into the new home with a check? Don't you want to be a new homeowner with a check? All right. So I see you guys coming in and out. Be sure to like, be sure to hit the comments section. Be sure to actually join Next Level Credit Academy. Again, I'm so sorry I had to reschedule. It was an emergency. That little ICE protest thing, I had to do what I had to do. So I will make up for it and I'll do another live. I will probably go on each platform and go live, you know what I'm saying? But I appreciate you guys. But right now, the purpose of this is to let you guys know that we have to take this credit thing way more seriously. It's not about deletions. Stop looking at Credit Karma and stop looking at CreditWise saying, oh, I got deletions. You may get deletions, but now they're going to sue you. Okay. So what I would recommend you do, again, go to Next Level Credit Academy. It's very simple. This is what it looks like. Okay. I'm getting new members every single day. So one of the things that I show you guys, even if you're not part of that classroom, you can go on the wall and see what I'm doing, what's going on. So for example, here I got a check. We got more checks coming. Every time I get a check, I will post it up for you guys so you can see. But I'm probably going to post it up on the elite, what is it? With the elite masterclass here, right? So it'll be here. Just click on it and you'll see it's I'm going to be more interactive on this. But I'm also here doing community stuff too on the community board. You can hear me talk to an attorney. This I shared with y'all last night. So right now I have this client where I'm fighting with Merrick Bank. Okay. I literally sued him, press mute. I sued Merrick Bank. And it's already in the system. Okay. I already spoke to Merrick Bank's attorney. And what we did was we basically came to an agreement that, okay, I'm going to now, they agreed to what, $5,000 settlement, deletion of all debt on all credit reporting agencies, and a debt waiver. Now he's trying to trip me up like, okay, but are you an attorney? If you're not an attorney, I don't want to talk to you. I don't have to be an attorney, you guys. You don't have to know the law to the degree of an attorney. You just have to follow what I teach you in these courses. You'll get paid, your client gets paid, they get the deletions, everybody gets what they want. But I show you guys here how to go about doing it. Just basically getting deletions, basic credit repair is not the way anymore. It's just not. Any credit person that calls themselves a credit expert that's talking to you about deletions, that's showing you Credit Karma, they're played out. I've been doing this for 7 years now. And this is where we're at with it. We're getting checks. We're getting checks. This is recent. This isn't years ago. And that client is expected another check. This is one client, 2 checks on her debt. The debt that she actually owed thousands and thousands of dollars for. Yes, thank you. It was a great settlement. And she has another one. I'm trying to wait until that check comes and I can fully close her out. Then I can share the communication that I've had with her attorney. Now that lawsuit, the one that's coming now, that's for a bigger check than that. But that's also with Merrick Bank, I do believe. Is that with Merrick Bank? So I did one with Southwest. That was the one you saw. No. This one, yeah, Merrick Bank. I think it's Merrick Bank. I gotta check my I gotta check my emails. But yeah, with Merrick Bank, you guys. So yeah, this is where you want to be. Again, if you are already a credit expert or if you're a real estate agent who does credit repair, I'm not trying to play y'all or anything, but you're not really doing the best job. Yes, you're getting deletions, but I showed you the article from TransUnion. They see that you guys are getting deletions for your clients and they don't like it. So they've changed things. TransUnion, the CFPB, the Congress, they've all gotten together. They've made a lot of changes. So now, if you are not getting permanent deletions that include a debt waiver, then they're going to sue your client. And they could potentially sue your client while they're in the process of getting a home, which means they're going to be denied. And we all know, if you know anything in the real, I'm not a realtor, you guys. If you need connections with a realtor, let me know. If you need a lender, let me know. Okay. But as you know, even if you get approved for a mortgage, if you don't make that first payment, they're going to cancel that mortgage. Right? They're going to cancel. Yeah, this is for Merrick Bank. So this is also settled. And I'm explaining to you guys how to do it. This is how you sue. These are the codes that we use under the FCRA, right? We're suing under 15 USC 1681S through 2B. Yeah, I don't play games. And we're getting deletions. So if you don't want to pay for credit repair, at least do it yourself. Join Next Level. I'm not saying it just because I want to see y'all faces. Learn the shit. Elevate your business, elevate yourselves, get the deletions and get a check. I mean, isn't that the bottom line anyway? I want to know. Sheesh. What you saying, Miss Gamble? How do you handle the attorney not wanting to communicate with you unless you are the attorney? I just did a podcast on that, so I'll show you guys right now. That is going to show tomorrow, but I'll show you right now. So this is literally, let me show you. So if you can see here, these are actually the cases I have lined up, right? Let me see what y'all are looking at. Hold on. These are the lawsuits that I have coming up. Okay, you can see what I see. These are the lawsuits I have coming up. JP Morgan and Chase, Fortiva, CW Bank. I'm just lining them up, right? But there's this one particular guy. And I show this, check out the podcast that's going to come out, my live that's going to come out tomorrow, right? And I read all of this, but I'm basically doing everything I'm supposed to do. And we already spoke, we already agreed that we were going to settle for $5,000. He was actually already supposed to send the check out to my client for $5,000. He decided, wait a minute, let me procrastinate and let me ask her a question. So he asked me, was I an attorney? Okay. Let me see this. And then he changed the subject line. He tried to make it sound all official. Don't be scared when you're dealing with these attorneys. All you care about is deletions, debt waivers, and a check. That's all you need to focus on, right? So there was as you can see, this is proof that we had an offer. Okay. I told him, reminded him of our phone call settlement, and this is what we agreed on. All he needed to do was send me the paperwork so we can sign off on it. So all of a sudden he said, I have a question for you. I'm trying to show you where I hate Google. Hold on, you guys. I'm trying to show you so you can see. Where'd it go? He asked me, was I an attorney? Basically. Where did it go? Hold on, I got y'all. I really hate Google. Okay, it was here. I can't, let me click it. Please, dear God. He asked me right here, was I an attorney? Okay. Anyway, he asked me, was I an attorney? My answer was no. Then I go into further explaining myself, which I should never do. And I did bring that up in the podcast. If you are asked if you are an attorney, you just simply say, no, I'm not an attorney. You do not have to go any further than that. Okay. Once I said, no, I'm not an attorney, then the attorney that I've been speaking to already, and we already had the settlement, he goes and basically says, well, thanks for letting me know. I will not be doing any more communication with you. I will only speak to the claimant directly, or I will speak to his attorney. That's what he said. Okay. This is what Merrick Bank's attorney has said to me. Merrick Bank's attorney think I am the representative. I am representing my client through arbitration. And I'm teaching you guys, we're either suing through arbitration or we're suing in federal court. This is not federal court. This is arbitration. So if you know anything about the American Arbitration Association, they will explain to you, look it up yourself. We can look it up now. Anybody who is not an attorney can represent the client. Okay. So I don't need to be an attorney. So I said, okay, if you get this response, and let me show you exactly what I said. So he said to me, thank you for your response. Because you are not an attorney, we cannot further discuss this matter with you. That's a lie. They're scaring you. It's a scare tactic. You can do this on behalf of yourself. You can do this on behalf of your client. You do not need to be an attorney. And then he tried to throw in the fact that it was Arizona. Let me keep going. We will only contact the claimant directly or an attorney licensed to practice in Arizona, not in arbitration. In federal court, I'll give you that, but not in arbitration. So my response, in Ms. Gamble, if you want to wait till the video comes out, or you want to copy and paste this, let me know. Or if you want me to send this to you, let me know. I just said this. So call him by his first name. You got to show your cojones, you guys, right? You don't have to say please and thank you. All of that. They don't care about niceties, so neither should you. So I called him by his first name and I basically let him know in this email that when it comes to their arbitration agreement that they already have with AAA, they don't say it in their arbitration agreement that you need an attorney. Okay. Now, if their arbitration agreement does say, okay, you need an attorney, then that's different. But AAA wouldn't accept an arbitration agreement like that. Okay. Yes, I'll send that to you for sure. But this, and when you get comfortable doing this, you're going to do it yourself, right? You're gonna chat GPT it and all that. I explain it to you guys, and we're gonna have another. Yeah, I did call him Gus. I did, because you're acting stupid. Like, we literally had an agreement. I just showed you. We had an agreement in writing, in recording, that you're going to delete my client's debt and you're going to release dispute negative, remove all the negative items off the credit report, and you're going to give him a check for $5,000. So yes, I'm gonna call you by your first name, Gus. so, so yeah, I told Gus that basically the arbitration agreement. Let me be very clear with this, okay? Anytime companies are connected with AAA, and they are accepted by AAA, they have a arbitration clause that is reviewed by AAA, and they have some sort of agreement that this is what they're going to go by, and that's it. So when you or the client decide, let me pull the arbitration agreement, read through it and see if I'm able to sue through arbitration or not, whatever that arbitration clause says, that's law. That's law. You can't, that's not going to change. So the fact that this so-called attorney is like, oh yeah, well, we're only going to talk to you if you're an attorney, I'll bring up the arbitration clause. There's nothing in that arbitration clause that says an attorney is needed. Why? Because arbitration, the AAA does not accept that. That's number one. Two, I brought up that I said neither the arbitration agreement nor the AAA rules require that the claimant is represented by an attorney. Okay. This guy is dragging this out because if he really wanted to settle quickly, he would not respond to me once every week. And that's what he's doing. Like, it takes him like 4 or 5 days to even respond to me after every email. Then I told him, pursuant to AAA Consumer Arbitration Rule R1-A, we can copy that. Hold on. A party may be represented by counsel, or where permitted by the administrator's rule, a non-attorney representative. Accordingly, I am authorized to communicate on behalf of the claimant in this arbitration. And he knows that. So let's look at the rule real quick. So let's Google it, because I tell you that. Wait till my next live. I got y'all. My next what you call it? What does the AAA rule mean or say? This is what it should say. Let's see. AAA Consumer Arbitration Rule mandates that the American Association's consumer arbitration rules apply to arbitration agreements between individual consumers and businesses. When the business uses a standardized, systematic, and non-negotiable arbitration clause, that's what we have, non-negotiable. So he can say what he wants. He can say, well, you're not an attorney, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but you have this clause through AAA, and we got to go by it, right? So we can't go. So that's what I put. You want to put certain rules and laws in your letter. Don't let those attorneys just tell you whatever they want out their mouth. Okay. So regarding this rule, it says it right here, applies to agreements where there's a business or standard. I just read that. The agreement must be for personal or household goods of services. It is. The terms are generally non-negotiable. Right. Overrides other rules. These rules apply even if the underlying contract specifies other rules. Okay. So basically what this rule does, it covers me. as the person representing the consumer. It covers the consumer. Yeah, he's not trying to give anything up. And that's the problem. But he's dragging it out. Like, I'm going to keep you guys updated. But anyway, I put that rule in because number one, I'm telling him without telling him, I know the game, I know the rules. The attorneys, when you sue, they're going to talk to you like you're dumb because you're not an attorney. He already asked me, hey, are you an attorney? Because if I were to say yeah, then he can take this lawsuit to a whole other level because I'm not properly representing myself, right? But I'm not an attorney. So now by me telling him, hey, I'm not an attorney, he can now treat me in his mind any old type of way because I don't know the law. I don't have to know the law. I know arbitration. I know how to read. And I know that the rule of thumb here is Rule R-1A, which we just looked at. So now I put something else. If you are aware of any provision to the Merrick Bank arbitration agreement or the appropriate AAA rules that restrict representation for attorneys only, let me know. Let me know. I'm gonna tell you, after I sent this email, I haven't heard back from Gus. I haven't heard back from attorney Gus. And that's okay. I don't expect him to. But I kept it going. And this is how you have to talk to them. So yes, I'll definitely give you a copy of this, but you're going to get used to it because they all kind of like low key talk to you like you're just dumb. Otherwise, I will continue participating in this manner, consistent with the governing agreement and the AAA rules, right? Then I told him, with that being said, if your position is that you are no longer engaged in our current settlement discussion, I specifically said that because I want it clear in case I have to prove myself to the arbitrator if it goes that far. We've already been talking. We already agreed to a dollar amount and what they were going to do. We already discussed that. However, he's acting like now he's going to pull back, like he doesn't understand anything. I shouldn't be defending this client. No. So because if you are now going to pull back, I'm basically saying I don't have a problem with that. Okay, let me blow this up a little bit for you guys. I'm okay with that. All right. So if your position is like, hey, I don't want to deal with you anymore on our current settlement discussions, unless the claimant is represented by counsel or they're going to represent themselves, that's not a problem. We're just going to keep going forward with AAA. We're going to go forward with this arbitration. We are comfortable. I made it very clear to him. We are comfortable proceeding forward with arbitration through AAA and allowing the process to move accordingly. So basically, what I'm saying is, I want all that work. I want all the smoke. Okay. I'm here for it. I'm always going to defend my client. Why would I step in the ring with lions if I don't know how to play the game? Okay, and this has nothing to do with the fact that my mother is an attorney and my dad has a law degree. My dad doesn't practice, and my mom, she was just a beast even before she was an attorney. But one of the things that I was always raised to do is read. I'm saying, like, just read. If you don't know something, read. That's all you got to do. That's all you have to do is read. So I know a lot of you guys are going to be like, ooh, this is different. This is Tamaya on her other stuff. No, this isn't new. Believe it or not, this is something else that we were not privy to. And when I'm saying we, I'm talking about anybody that's not part of the 1%. If you're not part of the 1%, yes, this is going to feel different. This is going to feel like, I think Tamaya is doing something shady, illegal, questionable. I'm in real estate. This is going to no, it's not. Cut it out. No, it's not. Read before you jump to conclusions and think that this is a problem. It's not. It doesn't violate anything. And if it does, then all right, handle disputes the old way. get your deletions. But I'm telling you, if you just get your clients' deletions, it's no longer going to be enough, because you now have officially poked the bear. What you're going to do is, if you get these deletions, what's going to happen now, the next step is that company, Merrick Bank, for example, you saw I'm suing Chase, CBW. I got so many cases against Chase, it's not even funny, lined up, right? You're poking the bear. So now they're going to be like, oh, they're sending us legal documents. I'm showing you right here. I got letter templates for you. Let me bring them up. This is a UCC article. That's a picture. Hold on. Let me see if I can show you. This is a UCC article. Let me see if it's, why won't it let me pick it up? You know what? I'm glad I clicked on it. But you guys should be able to download these. If you're, yeah, here it is. This is a UCC article. No, this one is, yes. So this here is what you would send if you have a repo. You're not going to call it a UCC letter. Okay, when you send this out for the repo, let's say Santander repossessed your car, and now you have a repo on your credit report. You send them this letter. This is technically a UCC Article 9 letter. But as you can see, I'm not mentioning UCC Article 9 anywhere on here. But they know what it is. They know what's up. And the first thing they're going to do is not respond. They're not going to say nothing. They're going to be like, oh, we got a UCC letter. Shh, shh. Don't say anything. Let's not respond. Because now that they chose not to respond to you, that actually works in your favor. So a lot of my clients are like, yeah, you know, I just paid you. How soon can you get that? Yeah, it comes off when it comes off. It's going to only be on there for a short amount of time, less time than it's already been on. Just sit down, relax, let the work happen. You're about to get paid from this repo under the UCC Article 9. So the UCC Article 9, we can Google that. Let's look at Google again, my friend. What does UCC Article 9 cover? Sorry, I got these longer nails, so I'm like typing mad crazy. So again, this is if you don't want to take my word for it. UCC Article 9 governs secure transactions involving personal property, creating legal framework for lenders to secure loans, blah, blah, blah. And let me put my disclaimer out there, and I'm going to do it again on my platform. Let me blow this up for you guys a little bit more. I am not an attorney. Okay? I am not here to give legal advice. I'm here to give education. All right, I'll do my formal disclosure a little later. But yeah, let's get back to it. Security interest, perfection, filing outlines the procedures for creating a perfect secure. Just look it up, okay? This is what it covers. Now, what you want to put is, what does UCC Article 9 cover regarding repos? Okay, watch the tone switch up. Methods of repossessions. Creditors can take possession of collateral directly, render equipment unusable on site, breach of peace. I just talked about that in my podcast, self-help repossession. These are the things that they have to follow when it comes to a repossession. This is super important. They're all important, but this is super important. After a repossession, the creditor must dispose of the collateral in a commercially reasonable manner, public or private sale. This is an auction. When they do that, they have to let you know these things. They have to let you know every step that's happening. That letter I just showed you here. Let me bring it back up again. Where's the damn letter? Now I can't find the letter. Hold on. UCC. That letter I just showed y'all. This is the letter that they ignore. But if you notice, I'm telling you, listen, y'all got 14 days to respond. If they do not respond to this 14-day letter and you don't have the information you require that you requested, then go ahead and go sue them people. Let's start the suing process. Let's go ahead. You're going to win just off the strength of the fact that they didn't respond. That's what I'm saying. You guys stop. Don't be scared when I'm saying, oh yeah, we're suing people out in these streets. We're going to sue them. If you want that repo gone, if you want that title for that car that you owe a debt to, if you want the wages waived, sue them. That's what we're talking about 2026. Nothing more, nothing less. All right. All you have to do is join this particular, if you want to know the step-by-step process, how to do it. I stopped doing classes randomly because some people show up, some people don't, all the things. I don't have time for all that with y'all. So everything is here, step by step by step, under Elite Credit Repair Masterclass. I got you. Okay. What you saying, Ms. Gamble? Be sure you guys coming in, hit the like, share, follow, all of that. I sent that letter out for a repo. They responded, but I do not know what it states because the client has it. I will have it this weekend. I will talk to you offline about that. Okay. So they could, well, no, they could either email it to you. So when you send the letter, let me go back. Let me show you something. Where's the damn letter? Okay. When you send the letter, I think this is duplicated. Child, I gotta fix this. I swear I'm right. Yeah, it's a duplicate. I was playing around with this yesterday, and I think I put the same thing twice. All right. So when you use this letter and you send it out, right? You can actually tell them right here, please send the requested information within 14 days to my email address. You can tell them, email it to me, don't mail it to me, right? Or you can say, please mail it to such and such. However, because they are thinking they're speaking directly to the client, they will probably send it to the last known address that they have. You know what I mean? Which is usually this address or whatever address. That's fine. You have to tell the client that, listen, this is urgent. I need you to send that to me so I can respond accordingly, right? It has to be important. Make sure they scan it to you, not take a picture of it, because sometimes they don't take the angles right. You need all of the documents. And I promise you, maybe one of the reasons why they're not sending it to you like that is because it's typically a lot of paperwork. It's a lot of paperwork. Let me see if I can find one for y'all. Hold on. I'm going to show you what she should have. This is what they're supposed to send. And mind you, I'm pretty sure they did not send everything, because if they do send everything, then that means that they, first of all, the reason why they don't send everything because they don't have everything, which proves that they didn't follow the UCC Article 9 guidelines. So I have a client right here. Let me show you what she actually had, or your person. I don't know if it's a he or a she. So the creditor response, this is from Kia, and I sent them the Article 9 letter. They sent this to the client. Hold on. Now, mind you, you see exactly what I asked for. You see what's in that UCC 9 letter. So what's in that UCC 9 is a lot of information. And this is actually what they showed. Hold on. How do I share this? Not stop screen. Let me see. Okay, let me do the stop screen. Let me add, I think I know how to do it. All right. So it's a window. Okay, this is what they sent. So this is Kia, right? I sent them the UCC 9 letter. This is what they sent. This is the sale of the vehicle. But that's it. They sent that, and it should be a truth in lending, I think, comes with that. They're talking about the insurance, but this is everything they sent. So they got the arbitration provision. That's major. So even if for whatever reason, this is another reason why you want to send that UCC Article 9 letter, because it's very important to have them send to you what they have. And if what they have, and this is for a repo, where's the repo information? It's not here. Let me see if I can show y'all another one because someone, oh, I think because he has this one, this guy has about four. Send you another one. I think his wife got it worse. But sometimes if the client is not sending you everything, that's because more than likely they don't want to send all that paperwork to you. So just tell them, listen, I need you to take the time out. I don't know if you have it. If you're like, hey, I was to give you a couple dollars, go to Staples and please scan it to me because I need that. Right. Um, the creditor response. Let me see what this is. And so there's two letters. There's a UCC Article 9 letter, and then there's another letter. It's just a regular letter, but it looks like a UCC Article 9. That is not for um that's not for repos. That is for just a regular account. So for example, if you need the information or you can't find the arbitration agreement, they might not have one, but you want to triple check to be sure. What you want to do is send the other letter. It's in the letter vault, but you want to send them another letter. I can't find one off the top. Let me see. Because his, oh yeah, this is something else she did. She had another complaint. Yeah, I can find it. But usually what they do is they just send you this whole thick packet. It is very extreme. And she probably just doesn't want to send it. That's all. That's it. That's all. Yeah. But I'm excited. I'm glad you went that far. We definitely can talk about it. And it gets very exciting too. It's exciting. You're threatening arbitration, all the things. I can't wait to tell y'all what Gus says. I can't I can't wait to see it to tell y'all what Gus says to me. I don't care what Gus says, as long as Gus gives my client a $5,000 check. You know what I mean? I really don't care what Gus has to say. But don't get worried if you're sending these letters out, the attorneys are taking too long to respond. They don't have to respond for real. What they can do is they can go all the way to arbitration. The problem is they're not going to, most of them, I say a good 90% are not going to go to arbitration because it costs too much money. Now, attorneys, for some reason, they like to feel themselves, especially since they know you're not a lawyer, they will drag this out. They will say, like, I had a client now, she's asking for her check. The same, no, this is another check. The one I showed you, the one check, I'm waiting for her to send that check so I can show you guys. She was waiting. They were supposed to send that check 2 weeks ago. And then I followed up. He was like, oh, I got married. I'm back now. I'm like, all right, then overnight the check. That was last week. Like, where's the check, bro? They're going to drag this out as long as they legally can. And we already signed the settlement documents. Okay. They're only doing this to you because they know you don't know the law. But you don't have to know the law. You know arbitration, you know how to read. I'm saying. Yeah. What did you say here, ma'am? I believe that they ignored the UCC letter. That's good. You want them to ignore it. And responded to her regarding identity theft, which is not what I requested. That's fine. That's fine. So if you send that UCC Article 9 and they're talking about anything beyond what you asked for, perfectly fine. Usually a lot of times they talk about what the client owes, but again, it doesn't matter what they owe. I don't care about what they owe. That client owes money, but you're supposed to be protecting her, right? As long as you're following the rules and the law, you can't just randomly put whatever you want on her credit report. So since you're randomly putting things that are inaccurate, I'm going to ask you before I take it further. Here's an article 9, a UCC Article 9. Let me see what you have so I can verify whether or not the information you're even putting on her credit report is accurate or not. If your response is, oh yeah, well, you owe us money, or this looks like identity theft, whatever the case may be, not good enough. That's not what we're talking about. So now I'm going to sue you. So you're going to, when you start, so let's say they sent that, right? You can say, okay, you can say that you can call her and say, hey, I know you didn't send it yet, but do me a favor, just look and see what they gave you. What did they give you? Right? And if she's like, oh, I'm looking at payment history, I'm looking at this, today, ask her, did they show you anything? Did they show proof that they told you they were going to repo it? Did they send you proof that they sent a letter saying, hey, this date and time is going to be sold? Any of the things. If she's not talking like that, you already know what your next step is. She has the information. She'll mail it to you. She'll fax it to you. She'll send it at some point, but you already know it's not what I asked you. So you could do one of two things. You can now, to strengthen your case, you can now take your letter, upload it, and make a CFPB complaint, upload it to the CFPB, and then start that process and say, hey, I sent this UCC letter out on this date. They received it on this date. If you want to do all of that, they responded, but the information that I asked for was not received. You tell the CFPB, right? They will, I promise you, they will respond in about 2 to 3 business days, if not sooner. Because they don't want that work, because you sent them a UCC Article 9 letter without calling it one. You're not going to tell the CFPB, you're not going to say, hey, I sent an article, UCC Article 9. You're not going to say that. You're going to say, I sent this letter asking for this information. They know what it is. And the CFPB is going to be like, what's good? You got it or not? You got it? She said, you got it? You have it or not? They're like, oh shit, yes, we do. And then they're going to make some little snide comments, and they'll give you what they can give you off of the list. That's what you want. So now they violated twice. Once, the first time they violated, you sent them a UCC Article 9 letter. They gave you something that had nothing to do with the UCC Article 9 number. That's the first mistake. Second mistake, okay, now the time has passed from the time that I asked you for the information on the Article 9 letter to now. I still didn't get the information. I'm saying repo, you're saying identity theft, apples and oranges. Okay, so now the 14 days that I gave you has passed, which also violates the UCC Article 9. And another thing you want to do is look up UCC Article 9 in that state, because every UCC Article 9 is different in every state. In California, it's called one thing. In Florida, it's called something else. In Georgia, it's called something else. Federally, it's one thing. It's called a UCC Article 9, but statewide is different. So you want to make sure once you do the pre-arbitration, once you give them notice that you're going to move forward suing them, then you want to say, I sent this UCC Article 9. They violated, they didn't do this, they didn't do that, blah, blah, blah. You will get a call so fast once they receive that, because you're going to do the, hey, listen, yeah, how much you want? What do you want? So let them, don't worry about it. But if you want to move a little faster and you don't want to twiddle your thumbs and wait for her to give you the paperwork, just go ahead, call her and be like, do you have this, this, and this? And if they don't have this, this, and this, move forward. But you kind of do want to do this, the CFPB, even though it's an extra step, because if you do go through arbitration, which you won't, because when you actually file your demand, you're going to list every single thing, every part of the story. Remember, I told you in the video, you're going to tell your story. You're going to say your factual part. You're going to say this happened and this happened. I woke up one morning and then I brushed my teeth and then I brushed my teeth and I was like, I'm hungry. Let me wash my face and go downstairs and eat. Like, you're putting this every step of the way in the facts. Then I decided to open my laptop up while I'm drinking my coffee and I yawned. I'm like, boom, look at my credit report. Oh, I see a repo. Repo shouldn't be on there. So I looked at my watch and I said, it's 9:30 a.m. December 17th. Let me do a dispute. So that day I disputed. I waited 30 days, came back. The results said that it was verified and updated. So that day I came downstairs, did a stretch, pulled up my you're going to say every single thing. And then I filed a CFPB complaint. And then they didn't answer my UCC letter, so I filed a CFPB blank, because that's looking like I'm just living my life. Times are hard. Life be lifing. Okay. They put something on my credit report mad wrong. I disputed it. They said it's verified. So I sent a letter at the same time, like, let me see what I had as I wait for results to come. You're not giving it to me. The results come back dated. Now I got to let the one and only credit bureau know, which is the CFPB, because the rest of those 63 agencies are not a credit reporting agency. I'm sorry. They are credit reporting agencies. They are not a bureau. There's only one bureau. Okay. So now I'm getting help. And I'm like, hey, CFPB, I did this. I disputed it. They said it was verified. At the same time, I asked for my account information regarding the repo. They ignored me. Okay, so now I'm coming to you. Can you help me? And then you reach out, and they answered you in 3 days. So now it took them, what, 18 days, and they still didn't give me everything. I have no choice. My hands are tied. What do I do with my hands? I guess I got to sue you now. So, per the law, not only is this an FCRA violation, okay, this is a UCC Article 9 violation. So you can take this to the top. Don't let this be an FDCPA violation. Matter of fact, check the state laws, go above and beyond, because, for example, I just found this out from my mentor. In California, if the collection agency is doing a FCRA violation, California has an additional law that's just like the federal law, but it's strictly for California. Okay, now California may be a world full of excuses, bro, but they got laws for every one of them excuses. I'm saying they got a law that cover your ass. So some states are like that. It's not just California. So do your little research, okay? And when you join the classroom, Miss Gamble, I already know you're a VIP member. You're already part of that course. And we will do lives if we got to do lives like once or twice a month where we're going over like letters and how to do the legal letters. Not a problem. But you want to say, not only did you ignore the UCC Article 9 letter, you also violated the FCRA, and then you violated the state law, and they got their own little code, right? So with that being said, you look at that Article 9 letter, they start doing the math. So what is it? You are entitled to, under the UCC Article 9, per whatever state, you're entitled to not only, let me stop guessing. Let me share. Hold on. I'm going to share this with y'all. This is what you're entitled to. I'm going to pull up an article because I like to be factual. I don't want to just make up shit as I go, right? So hold on now. Let me go get. So after you file FEC CFPB, and then you don't really, okay, here it is. Oh no, this is a response. This is me suing. Is this me suing? Okay, no, this is perfect. Perfecto. And once you file a CFPB complaint, they don't, oh, it's in the state of South Carolina. I got that up. But this is what entitled to have any a bit here and there. I don't know why I'm blitzing. But hold on, I got you. Let me share the screen here. And let's get the facts. I can't not have the facts. I'm gonna zoom this in a little bit. Let me see what it's looking like on y'all end. All right, I'm gonna minimize myself so this takes up. Do I need to minimize myself? I should be okay. All right, then we're gonna check out the state of South Carolina, South Kakalaki. All right, so this is your dispute. Okay. Now I want you to stay focused on this. I am entitled to seek damages under Florida statutes, and it's Article 679.6 625 for, and then you say the company name, blah, blah, blah. This is Florida's Article 9, Part 6. Okay. This is what it's under, seeking damages. If we need to Google it to confirm it, let's do it. For shits and giggles, let's do it. Because I don't want you to just roll over and take my word, be like, yeah, Tamaya sounds like she's right. So she's probably right. No. Let's make sure Tamaya is right. So what is this regarding repos? What is this? Is the Florida state? What's this saying? Okay, what's this saying? Wait, let me make sure, because I don't think you guys are looking at what I'm looking at. Hold on. Nope, I'm not. Hold on, I got you. Sometimes this thing is just not cooperating with me. Hold on. Boom, boom. You should see it now. Okay. Let me know if y'all can see it. I think you can. So Florida statute, Article 679.25, part of the Uniform Commercial Code, secure transactions, okay, outlines the remedies and liabilities when a secured lender fails to comply with Florida's repossession laws. It's right here. Bow, bow. Okay, it's right there. I'm not lying to y'all. Thank you, Ms. Gamble. I am not lying. So now let's get back to entitlements. Okay. Now, hey, hey, what's going on? Thank you for joining. If you have any questions, let me know. Put it up. I got you. So right now, just to play catch up, I don't know if you've been watching this whole time. We're talking about what you are entitled to with repossessions. If you sent your Article 9 and they didn't respond, okay, cool. Okay, cool. Then what are you entitled to? So I'm about to show y'all per the state of Florida. Okay, so this one, let me go back to sharing my screen. Let's look at this, this, and this. All right, boom. So I am entitled to, these are keywords I told you guys in the training video. Words are important, so you have to make sure your templates are airtight. Because as you can see, we just Googled what that was to make sure we're using the right verbiage. I am entitled to seek damages for you guys' liability or lack thereof for the company, right? Anyway, let's get to the money. Excuse me. These damages include the applicable finance charges, statutory damage, and additional relief. So I'm telling them I'm willing to solve this matter under a settlement agreement providing full debt waiver. I'm telling you, in 2026, we're not just happy with deletions. We're not doing deletions. We're doing debt waivers, trade line deletions, and I want my money. $15,000. Now, do you guys, I'm going to ask you guys right now, do you want me to show you how much the debt actually was that I'm asking for $15,000 for? Let me know in the comments. Do you want me to show you how much this repo is really worth? How much this debt is? I gave a like on the thank you. Yo, hello, bro. You're a mess. Hey, I'm gonna show y'all anyway because you're not responding. Thank you though. Be sure to share it, like it, all the things. I'm going to show you. So this lady, hold on, let me see. Yes, please show. Okay. I know you believe me. I know you believe me. But you know this is live, and you don't know when people are going to check, and they be like, "She's lying. She lying." Okay, so let me show y'all. So this is my client, Miss Nicole, and let me show you. Let me pull up her credit report. All right, hold up. Where am I at with it? I'm gonna do it real fast. Don't worry, I got you. Because this company has been a thorn in her behind. And just to give you a backstory, as I'm pulling up her credit report, so before she came to me, she thought she knew what she was doing. So what she did was she went ahead and she was like letting everybody know, all these entities in Florida, I don't owe this debt, I don't want to do this, and blah blah. And they responded basically like, shut up, you owe it, right? Like, we don't care what you say. So now she hired me for her husband. And I'm like, no, stop everything. Y'all see where I'm at? Oh, okay. I think y'all can see where I'm at. Hold on. Nope. Okay, hold on. Remove. Let me delete. So they actually just the other day, they literally sent the repo to her house. And the she called 5 in the morning, she's on the, and she was like, Tamaya, what do I do? I'm sorry I'm up. But she didn't wake me up because this is my business line. I don't hear it until I log in. So, but this is her credit report. So she said, what was that? Auto. She said that the tow truck company was literally standing in her driveway and they said, you have to give us your car. Mind you, the car's in the garage to come get this car. And she was like, what do I do? I said, well, is the car in the driveway? Because if the car's in the driveway in some states, they can go to your driveway and take the car. Georgia, they could do that. In other states, they can't be on your personal property like at all. So she said, no, it's in the garage. And so I told her, I said, tell that man get out of here. Because under Florida state, and I had to give her a copy of what is Florida state law, they can't disrupt the peace. They cannot call the police and say, we're going to repo the car. We're going to get the police to help. So they're threatening this lady. And to be honest with you, she could sue them just for making frivolous threats. Okay. Disrupting the peace is a real thing. And I'm glad she's saying this, because when we move forward, if they don't settle for the $15,000 that I asked for, I'm sorry, we should be closed. But she can literally sue just off of that. So she has a ton of student loans. I don't know why. What's this called? Hold on. Let me find it. This is Auto Market. Auto Market. Let me type in Auto Market. I put in the wrong thing. Auto Market. Let's see what this straight up doesn't work. Why does that not work? Never mind. Things work for me when I'm working privately by myself at home. So we got to find U.S. Auto Market. She just has so many student loans, which is a different story. And I told her how to deal with her student loans. But U.S. Auto Market is a repo. Dear God, well, I can't freaking find it. Hold on. She has so many student loans, y'all. Hold on. Let's find it. Let's find it. So I'm asking them for 15,000. So since they didn't respond, they didn't even respond to that either. Now I'm going to move forward with arbitration. So what I like to do with arbitration is I'm going to note the fact that they came to her house and they threatened to call the police on her with regards to her repo. I'm going to mention the fact that they were trying to scare her. They literally said, people are out here looking for your car. If you don't give us the car, then there's going to be a problem. If this goes as far as arbitration, I'm not only going to mention that, but that 15,000 is going to turn into 25,000. The reason why the lenders do not want to go to arbitration is because if they have to pay the client 15,000, any dollar amount, they have to pay even more to the AAA. Okay. That's not what they want. So that's why they try to ignore you, because they say, okay, you're a regular consumer. You don't know what you're talking about. Go away. If we don't answer you, you're going to go away. Nope, I'm still here. Okay, I filed a CFPB complaint. I'm going to give you some of the information because you don't know, if I don't give you all of the information, that you can sue me, right? Oh yeah, I do know that. So now we're suing. Okay, now we're here. Jesus Christ, why can't I find this repo? Now that we're here, okay, what do you want? Oh, I want $15,000. Oh, I don't have to give it to you. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. And if you don't give it to me now, oh, here it was. It was the first one, y'all. All right. So this was so I asked for 15,000 and she owed $9,579. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think I lowballed it. Because yes, it's a repo. Yes, she owes the money. Let's see how many times she missed the payment and all the things. Mind you, none of that matters. It doesn't matter. I don't care. Right? But let's see. Let's look at her payment. It's a repossession. I disputed it. They didn't report that this was. First of all, how is it that she had a perfect payment and then you randomly repoed it? That's a problem. That's bad. That's bad. So what that also shows is she had a perfect payment without us knowing the story. We don't have to know the story. That's why I tell you guys, when you guys schedule consultations with me, you do not need to tell me a story. There's no section on this credit report that says, hey, what happened? Because no one gives a fuck. But if you know how to read a credit report and you know what to look for and you join Next Level Credit Academy and you have all the tools to be a factual disputer, you know what's right and what's wrong because you know how to read and comprehend and follow instructions. So the highest balance was $17,620. More than likely, that is the amount of her original loan for the car. So the balance that she owed was $9,579, but it's repossessed. And I should have got them on this and I didn't even peep it. They're saying they got $0, right? They never got any money. What they're talking about is within the past 30 days. That's what they mean. But if you look in the payment history, she made a payment every single month. And then boom, you took her car, or it's repo status, which is actually in the garage. So first of all, what did you repo if the car is in the garage? I digress. But how is she in a repo status if she made a payment every month? So that means I've actually missed this point. They're saying they didn't receive a payment when all actuality they did. They received it in November. They can't make, but this credit report is in January. So of course there was a zero payment in December because you took her car or put it in repo status. So I love it when my clients say they have a repo, but I thought I showed you guys the right repo what is it, pre-arbitration letter that does the calculations. I put 15,000, but that's not the one that shows the calculations. Hold on. I'm going to show you what I use that shows the calculations. And I'm always changing it around. Hold on. I think this is the one that shows the calculations. That's the same one. Hold on. Hold your horses. Because I want you guys to understand why I asked for $15,000. Like I didn't just ask for 15,000 for fun. I did an actual calculation. It's in the course. Here it is. Okay. This is for a client that you haven't seen. Let me share the screen. Be sure when you guys are coming in, be sure to like, follow, share. Leave a comment if you have any questions. Let me know. I got you. Be sure to join the community, you guys. Be sure to join Next Level Credit Academy. All right. So this is the notice of dispute. Now I put my information on there because you know I don't care. If you guys want to find me, you'll find me. You can Google me. But this is the actual calculation and this is Mississippi's UCC Article 9. They call it UCC 75-9-62625. It's the same identical thing. It's still UCC Article 9. Remember, this is the federal verbiage, but every state, every jurisdiction has their own way of saying UCC Article 9. Okay, so this is the federal verbiage, and this is Mississippi's version of the same thing. Please make note of that when you're disputing, because if you're like, yeah, I'm entitled to seek damages under UCC Article 9, Part 6, but you're in Texas, and Texas calls it supercalifragilisticexpialidocious 2.0, they're not going to not only take you seriously, it doesn't apply. Whatever you're talking about doesn't apply. So when you go all the way to arbitration, this little notice of dispute means absolutely nothing. Be careful, y'all. Be careful. We're going to do it right, okay? But if you get a repo under the federal UCC Article 9, this is how you calculate the charges. You're going to take the finance charge of the vehicle. So in this case, the finance charge was $16,700.80 plus 10% of the principal amount, which was, this is plus, right? Plus 10% of, which was $15,206, right? The alleged balance on this account is $16,290.64. So what do they want to do with that? Now, this is extreme. You're going to be like, Tamaya, if you were entitled to have this much money, why are you only willing to settle for $1,500? I'm going to explain why. First of all, this was not my client. This was actually part of my training. But this letter template is golden. It's amazing. Okay, this is because it shows the calculations. When you're sending a UCC Article 9 out to the lender, the auto lender, and you're talking this verbiage, they listen. Like I said, when you send this, please believe you're going to get a phone call. Hey, yeah, I got your letter. I'm the attorney of such and such, and what the fuck? I would like to know why you sent this. Yeah. Matter of fact, what you want? How much you want to settle for 15,000? Yeah. Now the reason why this was such a low number is realistically, even though this was that person's dad and this is what she was entitled to, she never made a payment at all, ever. So we're going to talk about that in our course too. How did you guys not see it? Hold on. Did you guys not see the article? Let me see what y'all saw. God dang it. Oh yeah, did you see the article? Hold on. Ms. Gamble, did y'all see or did you just see this screen? Let me know, Ms. Gamble. But yeah, I'm sorry. You guys should have seen this page. I'll repeat it again. You should have seen this. Did you see it? I think you did. My heart is saying you did. I want to say you did. Yes. Did you see this screen or did you see? I think you saw this screen. Okay, fuck it. Y'all saw this screen. Okay, that's good. So I'm gonna stop sharing. So yeah, when you guys send that, when we're gonna talk about calculations, when you go to Next Level Credit Academy and you join the course, we're gonna have our lives. Our lives are gonna be strictly for if you joined the elite master class. It's going to be strictly for that because you guys already watched the videos, you're already disputing, you're already doing arbitration or federal lawsuits, whatever the case may be, you're already on it. But maybe you need some help figuring out, okay, what do I charge? For real, there's no right or wrong. With arbitration, you're going to get less money, but you still are entitled to what you're entitled to. But if you settle outside of arbitration, you're going to get less money. But if you file federal, yeah, you could look it up, Google it, get a Pacer account and look up similar cases and see how much people were getting for a settlement. If for a federal, you could get in the tens of thousands, depending on how bad the situation is that you can prove. Because I'm showing y'all how to build strong cases. You might get 100 wow, whatever the case may be. But realistically, the goal is you want that deletion and debt waiver, and you want it removed from all credit reporting agencies. I'm sorry, I got the heat on like I'm in the middle of Antarctica, and I'm in California, and I gotta turn it off. My kid is complaining. But yeah, that's how. So if you're wondering, and we're going to talk about this more in depth, in case you're wondering, how do you charge somebody? What I like to do is I like to see how much a client owes. So if a client has a charge off account and they owe the creditor $5,000, right? Okay, number one, I put a lot of work in suing, disputing, talking to the client, listening to all the shit that happened in her life where their life was fucked up. Just my time and effort. I'm gonna add that into my lawsuit. So if my client owes $5,000, I'm sorry, my wig is wigging, y'all. If my client owes $5,000, I know how much it costs to. Don't be laughing at me. I know how much it costs to send out these letters. Listen, these certified letters, y'all. This ain't cheap. $10.48 a pop. I got a basket full. Look it. I got a basket full. Well, I actually just said you can't see it. These are my refund, but yeah, I got a basket full of letters. Times that by 1048. So when I calculate how much I want to sue for, I look at it like in her situation, they're saying she owes $9,000, but she made every payment on time. We saw that. We saw proof of that. So I have no problem saying, okay, I know the client owes 9,000. We're not going to talk about it, but I'm suing you for 15,000 now. I would like to settle for 15 today. And if you ignore me, not a problem. When we go see that arbitrator, I'm gonna add an additional 10,000 on there. So not only are you going to have to pay me over $25,000, you're going to have to pay the arbitration. You have to do all those things. But in particular, that's why I'm telling y'all, you have to make all of those steps. You have to show effort. You have to show cause. You have to show everything that you've done. Don't brush it off like, oh, they came to your house and they said they were going to call the cops. Oh, that's no big deal. No, that's a big deal. We're going to put that in our lawsuit. Let's put that in our lawsuit. Oh, they threatened the cops on you? Let me see what the state of Florida has to say about that. Oh, the police aren't supposed to be involved because it's a disruption of peace? Got it. Put that in the lawsuit. Oh, they're trying to manipulate you and blackmail you and tell you. It literally says it in certain laws in the states. They cannot coerce you into giving you the car if you have the car. But you're going to try to manipulate me? Okay, cool. Oh, you got video of it? Bad. Send it. Let's go for the gusto. And you're ignoring my UCC Article 9, Section 6, all the things. No problem. See you in court, buddy. Isn't that what they say? See you in court, buddy. Because my template says I am entitled. Now we're all entitled now. You see? And I'm entitled for you to give me my $15,000. I'm entitled for you. Don't just give me my 15,000, bitch. I want my title. Give me the title to the car because I still got the car. Give me the title. I want the debt waiver. I want a deletion. And I might sign up with you for my next car. I don't know. I might take this check and make it as a down payment for another car. Because I love how you do business and I love how I can keep suing you every time you fuck up. Thank you. Clock it. Isn't that what the kids say? Clock it. Child, please. Anyway, if you guys have any questions, I kind of went over my time. You guys know how I get. If you're not familiar with me, I apologize, but I'm really passionate about this. I love to do this. I love to teach. I love to educate. Let me put it back on the screen, you guys. I'm going to do another live, and this is going to specifically be for real estate agents. It's going to specifically be for mortgage lenders, and it's especially for those that do offer credit repair in the mortgage real estate industry. I strongly recommend that you join. Get your free knowledge, because a lot of y'all are fixing credit and you're just so focused on deletions. It's not about deletions. It's about debt waivers. It's about getting a check for your client. This is not hard at all. It's not hard to do. You're asking for accounts that your client is supposed to get. They're supposed to get a copy of their account. You want facts, you want proof, and if they don't have it, then you're just going to sue. That's it. That's all. But I'm going to do a live strictly for y'all so y'all understand. You said cheap houses around St. Lucius. Thank you, Brett. I have no idea what that has to do with what we're talking about. Maybe you can enlighten us. Do you want to share that? In the meantime, yeah. So I'm going to do another live for you guys because of the fact that I had the little emergency. So I'll do another live. Maybe it'll be this weekend. I'm not sure. Then I'll let you guys know I'll do another live strictly for real estate agents, strictly for lenders. I'm gonna make sure I give you guys 2 weeks notice. You need to. It's not a question of should you. You need to sign up for this. This is free. You got everybody wants free. Everybody wants to be cheap, low quality. All right, then you have the option to join for free and learn credit if you're fixing credit for your clients so they can be approved. It's not about deletions anymore. I showed you the article. Let me see if I still have it. There's an article with TransUnion. Join it. I'm giving all the tools, the resources, the game right here at Next Level Credit Academy. I'm showing you the article where TransUnion is basically saying, listen, some of y'all people are getting credit, your credit repair, getting deletions. You don't deserve it. And now we're creating a new system that will show the lender that they just deleted it. And now you're not qualified for anything. Where I didn't put the article here. I thought I put the article here. It's not here. I think the article is for sure. It's on my, it might be on my I thought it was here, you guys. I'm sorry. Or maybe it's in the classroom. I'll find it. But TransUnion, I do it all the time. TransUnion. And this is the beta stages. So a lot of your clients that would have gotten approved are getting denied. You're going to get more denials. So if you're going to sit here and say, okay, I fixed credit and I'm a lender and I'm a realtor, they're talking about you too. There's that article clearly said some of y'all lenders over the past 2 years, 400%, there's a 400% increase in lenders fixing credit and getting these people approved for mortgages. Now they're cracking down. So now they're going to stop your bag. I don't understand why y'all aren't rushing to join. Make it make sense. But I digress. I'll see y'all when your clients keep getting denied. Then you're going to run and join. But in the meantime, everybody else, I got y'all. We're going to do debt waivers. We're going to do deletions across the board. And we're going to get our clients checks. If you're a real estate agent, if you're a mortgage lender, don't you want your client to go have their own down payment as they're fixing their credit? They're getting a down payment for the house. Yes or no? Do you not want your client to have a check as they're going into their new home? Yes or no? Then be sure to join. That's all I got. That's all I got. That's all I got for you. You know what I'm saying? How's the saying goes? If it doesn't make dollars and it don't make sense, yeah, that's how we're moving here in 2026. All right, I'm about to wrap this up. I keep going past my time. Any questions? Brett, I don't know what your comment was about, but cheap houses around St. Lucius, I thought they were always cheap. Maybe it's me. I'm not in the real estate industry. I'm not, I don't know. But you didn't explain yourself. But thank you, Brett, for your contribution to the live. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Question. Are we just suing for repos and charge offs? No, you're suing for, you can sue for whatever you want to sue for, actually. Whatever you feel comfortable. I started you in the course, I started you guys off with arbitration because you're going to do arbitration so much. You'll probably do more arbitrations than you will federal lawsuits. Okay. So when it comes to arbitration, whether you're doing arbitration or you're doing federal, you can sue collections, charge offs, repos. Okay. But the repo is it's so usually it falls under a charge off or collection. Yeah, it either falls under collection charge off. So like for example, the repossession is different than a charge off, but you're still suing. So I have a client, let me say it like this. I have a client, a potential client. She just doesn't want to pay the money. She literally said it's Black History Month. Can you do it for free? And then any money you get me, you get 30%. I said, do you know I'm black? Like I'm black. Anywho, so she has a repost. They repossessed her car. She said a couple weeks before Thanksgiving. That is technically a repossession. They sold it. They took it back. They auctioned it off. They sold it. It's a repossession. In November, her credit report did not reflect that it was a repossession. They listed it as a delinquent account, which is wrong. That's a huge violation. I wish she told me and connected with me. Maybe she didn't know of me back then, but oh man, that would have been a sweet lawsuit. What is supposed to happen is they're supposed to mark it as a repo, right? Because they repossessed the car, they sold the debt. Some creditors, what they're doing for repos, they're marking it as a charge off. Okay. So that's to answer your question. Sorry, my elbows are ashy and crackling and dry. Okay. So I'm putting lotion on in the live. So some of them will put something other than a repo when it's a repo. So when you're asking me, so are we suing repos and charge offs? Yeah, you can sue for practically anything. So you're suing anything that is inaccurate on your credit report. It does not have to be 100% accurate, just anything inaccurate. Your strongest cases will come from repos. Your strongest cases will come from collections and charge offs, either federally or through arbitration. Now, this girl, sometimes they'll put a repo as a charge off, which is hugely wrong. And the reason why they're saying, okay, this repo is charged off is because it falls under that UCC 9 code. That's major. That's a major thing. So when you join, and I know you know this because you're joining, but anybody else listening, if you're joining Next Level Credit Academy and you're understanding, okay, there's a repo, you have to make it clear that the collection or the creditor is not being truthful. They're not saying this is a repo. They're saying this is charged off because they don't want it to fall under the UCC 9 code. And we just did the calculation. Is the amount owed plus 10% and all of that. If it's just a simple charge off, I can dispute it differently, right? So if there's a repo and we're suing and I know you asked a simple question, I'm taking it to the highest level. I just like to be thorough. The short answer is no. We're suing for everything. Collections, charge-offs, anything, repos, anything that is inaccurate, anything that violates the rights under the FCRA or the FDCPA. Okay. And for those that just came in or going in and out, you don't know the difference. That's why you need to join Next Level Credit Academy, because I explained to you the difference. This is the FCRA, this is FDCPA, and all the things. Check your state. You could keep adding and stacking legal violations. Okay. But if that's why it's so important to send that UCC Article 9 letter, because they're putting it as a charge off, but you know it's a repo. And that UCC Article 9 is going to shed light on the fact that I'm asking for repo information. You said you took my car. I know you took my car. I don't have my car. You got it off the street. You got it off of Market Street. My credit report, I did the one dispute. I said I am disputing the completeness and accuracy because you put it as a charge off. I know it's a repo. I'm going to do the one dispute that came back, is verified and updated. So that means not only did you verify, you updated and changed information. So you're standing 10 toes down on this wrong, inaccurate reporting, and you're listing a repo as a charge off. I see you. So I'm going to send this Article 9, UCC Article 9 letter to you, and you're going to show me proof that this was a repo. Oh, you're not going to show proof. You're going to say this isn't listed. You're going to say this isn't listed as a repo, but it's a repo. So now we got to go to court for your lies. And since you lied to me and you wasted my time, not only am I going, sorry, I'm going in now. Not only am I going to sue you, I'm going to increase what I can get from you because you lied. And we can take it to court. We can settle this the easy way or the hard way. Either way, it's going to get settled. But we're going to sue. You could even sue for, there's so many things you can sue for. You could sue, and we could talk about it. You know, you could sue for, if you're telling the collection agency to stop contacting you and they keep contacting you, you could sue for that. You can sue for false information. Hey, you guys, be sure to hit the like, share, follow. Any questions you have, put it in the comments. Okay. Put it in the comment section. I got you. And if it doesn't show up in the live, whatever platform you're watching me on, for sure, I will go back and answer the questions. But yeah, if they're putting on, all right, thank you. If they are, let me ban you next time. If they are putting something on your credit report that is false, then you can go the identity theft way. Now, Ms. Gamble, you and I know about the FTC, and I talked about that with y'all. If that happens and you have that FTC, and you do have to go to FTC way, believe it or not, when you're filing a CFPB complaint, sometimes they're telling you as a response, hey, this is an FTC issue. You can take that because remember, the CFPB is the one and only credit bureau. So you can take that letter and then you do continue to file a FTC report. And then you can go from there and just give all your information and they will still reach out to you and they'll try to fix it. That's what you want. You want to trigger the creditors to respond and sue at the same time. And we're going to get into that in the lives and stuff like that. We're going to get into all that. Any issues that you guys have when you do go this route, we're going to talk about it here on this platform live. Okay. All right, y'all. I done talked my head off. Okay. I appreciate you guys, your patience. I'm sorry I had that emergency. Well, I'm not sorry I had the emergency, but I had the emergency and I couldn't start at 12. So I had to start at 1. I will make up for that. I promise. I'll probably do another live, maybe Sunday, Saturday evening or Sunday evening. I'm not sure. Just to make up for it. Just a random live trying to encourage. Be sure you guys to join Next Level Credit Academy. All you have to do is click the link in the description. I really look forward to seeing you guys at Next Level Credit Academy in the school community. It's not about deletions, you guys. Throw that out the window in 2026. It's not just about the deletions. You want to get paid for this debt. It doesn't matter that you owe. I don't care if you owe them $80,000. If they are violating your rights, you deserve a check. Your clients deserve a check and a deletion and a debt waiver. We're doing debt waivers. Fuck the deletions. All right. All right. I'm going to let y'all go, bro. I appreciate you so much. Again, be sure to like, share, download, follow, all of the things. Be sure to join Next Level Credit Academy. A lot of the questions that you guys have for me, my phone is over here blowing up because you're not saying shit in the comments, but you're calling me. I don't know why y'all do that. It's mad crazy. But a lot of the questions that you have, you can get them answered at Next Level Credit Academy. It's very simple. Okay. You don't have to call my phone. Just join. You're welcome. I appreciate you so much, Mrs. Gamble. And I'm not talking about you. You know how we roll. You already know how we roll. But everybody else, be sure to join. I appreciate you guys. And again, I wish you guys the best of luck on your credit journey. I will talk to y'all later.